This is the Target exclusive Avengers Age of Ultron 3.75-inch Ironman versus Ultron. Only at Target. Said that my wife picked up for me in the U.S. when she was on business trip, and she thought I would like it. It's actually pretty nice as display pieces, but for play toys or playability, not too sure. So here is the packaging, international packaging. Iron Man faces his greatest test yet as each new version of Ultron grows more powerful. Okay, let's start with Iron Man. Well, both the accessories they came with are these Iron Man from the Iron Man 2 series of figures. These energy blast made of the soft PVC material. It's just something very old that Hasbro decided to. This is the only recycled pieces here, but they decided to do new molds for each of the figures. So they could have saved money and got rid of. I mean, he can't even hold this thing. I mean, they could have saved money, done away with that one, didn't have to do that, and put decent articulation on the figures. We'll talk about that later. So let's start with Iron Man. This is the Mark 42. It's an entirely new mold. It's got a ball jointed neck, swivel shoulders, and swivel hips that are at an angle. I mean, really, Hasbro? I mean, this is the figure that they used for the Iron Man 3 movie line where you had the interchangeable pieces, interchangeable limbs. I thought that was pretty interesting. Uh, Check out my review. And they could have just repainted that. They didn't have to make a new mold. It's more expensive to make a new mold, but even if it costs less to produce it, they could have just repainted this one. That would have saved them money. Here is the from the 5-pack from the movie line as well, the Mark 43. This is, I think, the better choice. I mean, they should have just made this one, re-released this one, and repainted it into the Mark 43. That would have been super cool. And collectors would have been after this. This is something like $13, $14. I think 15 with taxes. And I would have paid that much money if the figures were really like this. Because I don't see kids having so much options to play with this figure with this kind of articulation. And I'm sure a lot of kids are going to be bummed out with that. I mean, if Hasbro thinks that kids don't care about articulation, they're wrong. So that's that. It's got great paint apps, great detail all over, but the articulation just killed this figure. Okay, it's good size. It'll fit well in your Iron Man 3.75-inch shelf. Let's talk about Ultron. This is Ultron Mark 1 and Mark 2. And here is the Marvel Universe Ultron. You know what? I wouldn't have minded if they'd used that one. If you'd released that one into this set and then did a new version of this one, or mixed match some of the Marvel Universe pieces, just recycled it. Even if it didn't look exactly like the one in the movie, I would still have appreciated, because the articulation on the old figures and the detail were pretty okay. But instead, Hasbro decided to do two brand new molds, and that's expensive. Let's start with the Mark II, or the more modern version. I mean, he looks thin right here. Great detail all around. The energy glowing hands look okay, but that never happened in the movie. So I don't understand why they had to do that. I think the translucent pieces, these are translucent pieces of plastic that have just been painted silver, and they matched it really well. Great paint apps, great detail. Should have been bigger. He should have been more hulking, but the articulation is just, again, oh man, it really just killed this set. Ball jointed head, swivel shoulders, and swivel hips. At least the hips now aren't at an angle. They're at a perpendicular hinge. That's pretty neat, nice of them, in a way. But that's all you can do with this one. Just make him stand like that. He can't even hold the blaster. He doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, that's him. The Mark 1. First time he tried to do a body based on the, he took some bits and pieces of the Iron Legion armor robots. this is what he looked like, and it looks great. Sculpt wise, looks like the Terminator exoskeleton, but it actually looks okay as a sculpted piece. Detail, great, fantastic detail all over. Look at that molding. I mean, that costs money to make a new mold. Um, this one, I would understand if they kept it with just limited articulation, ball jointed head, swivel shoulders, and swivel hips with the perpendicular hips. And I would have totally understood. I mean, I would have accepted this one as just like this. Even if it didn't have articulation, even if it was just a statue, and both these figures had tremendous amount of articulation, I would have still bought the set. But they're just the same. This one is made of softer material. I don't know why. It's a softer type of plastic, but the paint apps on this thing is just amazing with what it has. The sculpt is just great, and again, just the articulation. I mean, this one doesn't need a lot of articulation, but it is what it is. So, for detail and for sculpt and for the paint apps, Hasbro, yeah, good job. But overall, the whole set for $15, $14, definitely not a good buy. I mean, I would wait for it to go at $5 clearance or something like that before you even get it. If you just need some figures for your 3.75-inch shelf, sure. But other than that, this set should be a pass, especially at $15. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video review. If you did, please click the thumbs up icon on the bottom. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video. Catch all my video reviews on this channel. Chefitron, the Target exclusive Avengers Age of Ultron 3.75-inch Iron Man versus Ultron. Thanks for watching.